Oh, it's been quite a day here in New Orleans. We had an extreme weather day here, storms all over the metropolitan area, street flooding virtually everywhere, even a few tornadoes that had settled in on the North Shore. And it was quite an event for us. And in New Orleans, it's even a bigger event than it almost is anywhere else because all the water that falls in the greater New Orleans area, especially on the South Shore, has to be pumped out to the lake. And when they pump it out, they can pump 1 inch the first hour and a half an inch every hour after that. And we had about 8 inches of rain in a relatively short time. So we had a lot of flooding. And whenever I go through an experience like that, I always sort of remind myself, I think of a very important principle. And the principle is this: we are not in control. It seems in life that so often we believe that everything we do is going to be in our own control, but it's not. Individually, I think we realize this. We can get a terrible, terrible diagnosis from a doctor, and we realize we're not in control. We can have a company tell us that they're downsizing and we no longer have a job. We're not in control. We have spouses that leave us. We have accidents that happen. And we realize in situations like that, we're just not in control individually. But this event is a corporate event. All of us in our church and in this area experience this together. Now, we're used to experiencing things like this together. We went through Katrina together. We went through Ida together. And all of us, no matter where you lived in the world, we all went through the pandemic together as well. But I think it's such an important thing for us to realize we're not in control. And human nature doesn't ever want to go that way. When I look at the Bible, I think of the days of Noah. Noah's building an ark for over 100 years. And it says in the Bible that he preached righteousness the whole time. And yet when the rains came, everybody was surprised. And they didn't realize they were not in control. Then Jesus alludes to Noah. And when Jesus is talking about the second coming, he says this. He said, "For the coming of the Son of Man will be just like the days of Noah. For as in those days before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark." All humanity will one day realize together that they're not in control. And so my challenge to you is that anytime you experience individually or corporately an event just like this, I hope one of the first thoughts that comes to your mind is, we're not in control. Years ago, I heard this saying, and I've kept it with me ever since, and I find it helpful on days just like this one. I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but I know who will bring tomorrow. That's my perspective, and I pray it will be yours as well.